Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith and Monica McNutt got into a little bit of a heated exchange on yesterday in regards to Caitlyn Clark, WNBA phenom, we should say, Caitlyn Clark, and Angel Reese comparison. So Caitlyn Clark, of course, is the NCAA all-time leading scorer, and Angel Reese, two-time champion at LSU, Louisiana State University. Both respectively have brought attention to the sport of the WNBA, women's basketball, especially with the championship rivals that took place over the last couple of years. There is a conversation that is being had that Caitlyn Clark is the reason why the WNBA is now experiencing sold-out games, and they're getting more national, even international notoriety. People are more so paying attention to it, and a lot of people are placing that sort of gratuitous energy solely on Caitlyn Clark, and it's Angel Reese's perspective that, you know, she's a part of that too. She is one of the many reasons why people are really tuning into watching the WNBA. And I think that, I guess I could kind of agree with that. For starters, I'm not one I'm really not into sports, period. Not anymore. As I've gotten older and lifestyle has changed, I haven't really had the opportunity to sit down and watch. But I was never one that was really into women's sports. And namely just because it wasn't, as televised. It wasn't as popular, But definitely within the last couple of years, I've really gotten into it. Really the last maybe 3 or 4 years, I've really gotten into it. And then, of course, more so over the last couple of years. And yeah, the name Caitlyn Clark comes up. Yeah, the name, Angel Reese comes, to mind when you think of women's basketball nowadays, especially, Dawn Staley and South Carolina. So I think that conversation does need to be had. But yes, of course, there's obviously generations of women basketball players that have paved the way, that have, played these sports, Lisa Leslie's, of the world. And so it's nothing new, so to speak. But as times are changing and we're becoming more of a inclusive society, these particular topics are going to come up. We're going to, be talking more about women's sports, especially basketball, that being on the forefront. This nation, basketball and football and baseball are perhaps the biggest sports in this nation. And so that conversation is going to continue. And as we move to a society that's becoming more inclusive of the transgender, the LGBTQ community, that's gonna be a topic that's gonna be coming in the forefront as well. And so I think we just kind of have to, open up and make room for these particular kinds of conversations and see where they lead. Definitely don't have a strong opinion on it in terms of sports. Again, as I just have not really gotten into sports like I used to. I'm just now coming back around to that corner. But, the sports world is changing, and, as our world is changing. And so I would like to see, for not just the conversation to be had, but also for a more well-rounded perspective. And yes, we do need to pay homage to those individuals that came before the, Angel Reese's and the Caitlyn Clarks. We definitely need to pay homage to those who paved the way because they, the sport has been around for quite some time. The WNBA has been around for, several decades now. And so we need to, be respectful of that and be mindful of that. And yes, it's a new generation. It's a new day and time. It's exciting. And, now we're seeing more women analyst on, nationally syndicated shows like, First Take and all of that. And so I think it's exciting, and it's bringing a new light and a new wave with respect to our elders. And so I'm excited to see what takes place, especially with this year in the WNBA with the, with the rookies coming on in and forging their path and, getting these endorsements. And I'm excited to see where it's going. So we'll definitely be watching this story. We'll definitely be, watching Caitlyn Clark. We'll be watching Angel Reese. We'll be watching the other individuals that came out and were drafted into the NBA this year. And we'll be keeping an eye on women's sports. So stay tuned to this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe.